We're
Hello,
live.
everyone. Hi, we are live. This is
Oh,
our Happy New Year.
yeah,
Welcome, everybody. To What Are You Reading? Our most popular segment, Thursdays, 2 p.m. Australian Standard Time. Hello, everybody. I am in
great.
San Francisco.
Yeah, and I'm in Sydney. Yeah, and I haven't
Yeah,
seen you. This is the first
yeah.
you this year as well. So, over there in San Fran doing all your podcasts and, chatting
Wearing
to
my
all.
T-shirt.
Oh, yeah, cool. Great.
Yeah.
Anyone interested in that T-shirt, go on the website and check them out. Yeah.
Right. Well, I've been wearing it most days here, actually. So
Do
people
people
definitely know that I'm.
Have you been stopped by anyone and who has told you what they're reading?
I
Yeah.
have indeed, and it's a really lovely conversation starter for anybody that's walking their dog or in the park or wants to start a conversation with people. It's a great way to go.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Welcome everybody, Cheryl Akle.
Jane Tara, what are you reading?
Okay, first
2023.
for the year, we've got so much to share with you, haven't we,
Yeah.
Jane?
Yeah.
Lots of big
Yeah.
news. Firstly,
Lots.
the top 100 voting is starting.
Yep. On Monday, we open that up. So stay tuned on the Facebook page for more information about that. But as most people know, if they vote, they go into the competition to win 100 books. Yeah. The top 100
And
delivered.
five people win 100 books. Wow, what
Yeah.
a prize. It's a shame we can't enter.
Yeah. I think we get enough books, don't we?
I think we do. Hello, everybody. Okay, so am I allowed to read the comments this year?
I
Because
know
there's
you
so
love
many.
that. Go for it. Yeah.
Stephanie says, welcome back. Hi, Stephanie. We are so happy to be back. I'm in San Francisco. Jane and the team are back in Sydney. You've been on for a few weeks, haven't you?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, all good. Lots of great new reads this year. And I think we're going to have a really good year this year. Some really cracking books are coming out, I think. Yeah. Oh, I think Cheryl is frozen. Look, can anyone else see if Cheryl is frozen? You guys are, no? Can you stop moving you? No. Okay, all right, well, she'll come back. In the meantime, our book of the week, Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. It's a story of mix-ups and mess-ups and second chances, two middle-aged female protagonists and a pair of gorgeous shoes that kind of connect them together. We love her stories. So many of them have been turned into films because she writes really wonderful, magical stories. And this is another one, and we'll probably end up seeing it on the screen at some stage. But until then, grab hold of the novel.
Well, and so many of our readers, Jane, love her, don't they? We often get so many positive comments. Okay, so Carolyn says, did we call hers out? The Toyford Club by Janice Harlett is what she's reading. Tracy says, welcome back, ladies. Hope the holidays were good. Jessie says, hi, Cheryl and Jane and everyone. Penny is reading Lessons by Ian McEwan. Teresa says, hi to everybody. Carolyn, welcome back. Thank you, Carolyn. And she's reading Clark by Holly Throsby, which is wonderful. Late last year. Judy just finished The Maid by Nita Prose. Do you know, now that has been a book that has sold on and has been in the comments and talked about, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and a lot of them do. And as you always say, look, a book is new until you read it, right? So
that's exactly right. Tracy is reading The Gifted Son by Genevieve Gannon. Kaz is reading The Orphans by Fiona McIntosh. Julie says, hello, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you, Julie. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to our first What Are You Reading session for 23. Yvonne says, good day from MoMA. Myoma, is that right?
That's down on the border of Victoria, Echuca,
Ah,
I
right.
think.
There you go. Kylie. Hi, Kylie. Kylie was a winner last year. She says, hi,
Yeah.
Cheryl and Jane. Happy New Year. Welcome back. Currently reading It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover.
Right.
Danny says she's listening to Bye Bye Baby by Fiona McIntosh. I love the fact that she's listening.
Good.
Julie, yeah. Julie, welcome back to us. She's reading The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Karen says, Happy New Year, Cheryl and Jane, and everyone at Better Reading. Jesse's reading Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister and listening to Seven Sisters by Catherine Kovacic. Denise says, hello, welcome back, and he's reading The Summer Party. Tracy, I was frozen for a little while. I don't know what happened. I am in San Francisco. I've got pretty good Wi-Fi here, but anyway, tech issues happen, and we've always got the lovely Jane. What have you else have you got there, Jane?
And got a pile of books. Well, you've just mentioned.
There we go. Segue.
It's perfect for readers of Candace Fox. It's about a woman who gets involved with a sort of a support grief group after her sister is murdered, and the other women in the group together, they decide to sort of take revenge on the men who killed their sisters. It's a really great take on the genre, very well written, and definitely worth grabbing. For those of you who don't really want to do crime or something, one genre that never gives up is the rural romance genre. Like, so many of you love it, and there are some great authors out there. Alyssa Callan is one of them. Snowy Mountains Promises her latest book. And of course, there's it explores grief. So there's some more complex themes with it, but there's also sizzling chemistry in this one. And another great rural romance is Penelope Janu's latest one, The Shelter from the Storm, and this is fabulous. And did Penelope do, I think she's got an event with us coming up, but anyway, so grab this one. I loved it. It was great.
Well, I recorded a podcast with Penelope. We had a great conversation.
Right. Yeah.
And you know who else I recorded a podcast with the other day? A book reviewer called Mercedes McGuire. And she is a book reviewer for, I think it's the Daily Telegraph. Is that right? Anyway, I'm not quite sure of the paper. But she had written quite a comprehensive article about the value of romance and why people are still reading romance, and that it's $1 billion industry, even just in this country. It's just so huge. And, it's because they feel good stories. I mean, we all want to feel good.
Yeah, well, we posted the article that you're talking about on the website. So you can go to our website, you can check out the article, you can download it there. And it's a great read, and you were interviewed for it. And I think Rachel Johns was interviewed for it. It's talking about how, it's easy to dismiss romance sometimes, but it is $1 billion industry. So, so go and read the article as well.
And do you know what else Mercedes and I discussed? So you can't pigeonhole readers. Like, you guys can tell me out there, you probably are romance readers, but you're reading crime. People read generally, you read cross genre. Actually, that's a good question for you out there today. Are you just a single genre reader? Like, are you a romance reader, a crime reader, a fantasy reader, or do you read across genres? I'd love to know. Let me know what you do. Let
us know in the comments. That's a great question. Speaking of podcasts and new podcasts, are you going to share the news with everyone about your new podcast?
Well, it's super exciting. It's been released. I don't know is Dex going to put up the artwork? If you can, Dex, that'd be great. So Caroline Overington, who is the book editor for The Australian, her and I are releasing what we're calling Book Chat once a month. Her and I know some of you have listened to it because you've already written to me, but her and I once a month are going to have a book chat. Now, it's going to be about books. It's going to be about changes in the industry. It's going to be a little bit about publishing. It's going to be a little bit of gossip, who's in town, who's not in town. And I think it's really exciting because she has a different perspective. She kind of, her range of what she reviews is so much different and broader to ours, because the Australian has mainly male
Yes.
readership, whereas we've got mainly female. So it's really nice. Anyway, that's the cover for the podcast. Go find it, listen to it. It's only 15 or 20 minutes. It's a lot of fun,
great.
a lot of giggles as well.
Yeah. A really great conversation, and it is part of what we're doing at Better Eating this year. We're going to be expanding the whole podcast area as well, which is really exciting because we know so many of, well, over 1 million of you have, downloaded our podcast. So, so stay tuned for more information there. But in the meantime, we've got a few of the podcasts that you did record so far. So Rebecca Heath, who wrote The Summer Party, and Pip Drysdale, of course, who, we all love. And then this one has just been released as well, Nikki Mottram, and this is a new Australian crime writer, and it's a fantastic read, and Cheryl had a great conversation with her, so that has just been released.
Do you know Pip Drysdale, amongst our lovely readers at home, has really got a nice following now, because I noticed with the release of this book, so many people were saying, well, yeah, I've read the others and now I'm going to read this one. I've read the others. And it's really nice when you see readers following the career of an author, or just following, can't wait for the next book to come out to read it. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I agree. And that's, what makes a career. They snowball and it gets bigger and bigger, and, everyone's waiting for the next book. And I think Pip has really hit that now. And she's great. She deserves her success. She's a great writer and a lovely person. So, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I'm going to go. Could I do a few comments? Denise says, hi and welcome back, and is reading The Summer Party. Yes, I was frozen, but I'm back. Claire says, hello, so great to have this segment back. Claire is reading The Secret World of Connie Starr. I love it, and because I think it's set in Ballarat, it is even more special. I think that's what you're saying there. Yvonne says, Sisters by Choice by Susan Mallory. Just started it. I am back. Mary Lou. Hi, Mary Lou. Mary Lou is in Thailand. You're traveling as well, and obviously the time works. Just finished reading Tuesday. Just reading Tuesday evenings. Craft Resistance by Kate Solly. Loved it, especially as I love to crochet. Wonderful. Maddie currently reading Outback Wonder by Juliet Sampson. Valerie Tripping with Nathan by Robin Tate, sorry. Deborah says, hello. Hi, Deborah. I've just started reading the book Clark by Holly Throsby. Julie, we missed you so much. Oh, Julie. And she's reading Island by Peggy Frew before she gets into another book. Karen, great to be back. Yes, it is. She says hello to us, and also welcome to the new staff, because, yes, we've got some newbies that we're going to introduce you to over the coming weeks as well. And Karen is reading No Plan B by Lee Child. Love Lee Child. Melissa is reading Seven Sisters as well, which Jane just was holding up. Rosemary Stonetown by Margaret Hickey, who we adore, who did this segment for us, last year sometime. She did that. Melissa says hello to all of us, and is reading The Wedding Party by Kathy Kelly. Hi Win. She's reading Bellbird River Choir by Sophie Green. Great read. Stephanie is reading and loving Threads of Life by Claire Hunter, and the cover, she says, is exquisite. We're going to talk about covers. Can we just stop here for a minute and talk about covers?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I know what you're holding up. Dex, bring it on. Yeah.
Can you believe that? So because I'm in the States, I picked this up for a friend of mine. All books, fiction books in the United States, most books come out in a hardcover, and they have very, very, so they're both first edition. They're both on first release. I recorded a podcast with Bonnie a little while ago, and that's available now to listen. But this has been an incredible book. I know that you've all loved it. There's the Australian cover. But it is one of those books that really has crept up in sales. It started slow, and then it grew by word of mouth. Let me know if you've read it and what you think of it. Which cover you? Which cover do you prefer? And look out for the podcast, because that's out now. Now, Meredith says hello. Vanessa says hi and is reading Apples Never Fall by Leanne Moriarty. Marianne O'Connor, an author. Lovely. Welcome. Nice to see you again, and nice to see you too. Yvonne says hi to us. Lovely to see you. Reading Hidden in Plain Sight by Jeffrey Archer. There you go, Marianne. There's your book that Jane's holding up. If you're an author and you jump into this segment, we will hold your book.
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
That's a beautiful cover. She's reading Keeping Up Appearances by Tricia Stringer and loving it, and we love Tricia. Lisa says, welcome back. Vivian says she's reading The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper and Lessons by Emma McEwen, and just finished The Winter Garden by Alexandra Bell. Maddie, there was some great preview books in the email yesterday. Let's talk about preview. If you want to review books, all you need to do is subscribe to our newsletter if you haven't already. And then how does it work from there, Jane?
Well, subscribe, and then every Wednesday the email comes out. Look at the previews in it. If one of them interests you, you put your name into the form that is attached, and then a number generator chooses the amount of people that we need. So if a publisher gives us 50 copies of that book, the number generator will choose 50 people. Now, sometimes 700 people apply for a book. So, but still, most people get it at some stage. Then the book is sent out to you, and you have about a month to read it and send back a little review, usually about a paragraph long. It's not too difficult, and people love it. They love it. You get books sent to your house like a month or two before they're on the shelves. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the people that get them do such a fantastic job of reading and reviewing them. I enjoy reading those immensely.
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what else I want to just talk about quickly? We've been having, and not just us, all people on Facebook have been having those pests, those bots that come in and pretend they're men. They're actually only computers. They pretend they're men. Their bot is short for a robot, and they're trying to swindle you to give them money. Do not respond ever. We monitor the page very, very closely. I monitor it very closely because I read all the comments, and the minute I see it, I report it and I ban them. So just know that if you don't respond, nothing's going to happen. We will look after it at our end. Feel free to report them if you want, but we definitely will ban them off this page. But because they're kind of machines and they're generated, it's really hard to stay on top. Now, the cross-genre question. We're up to that. So Maddie said there were some great preview books, so we talked about that. Carolyn said definitely she's a cross-genre reader. Jessie said multi-genre reader. I knew it. I knew that was going to be the response. Maddie reads all sorts, even nonfiction. I do too, Maddie. I mix it up a lot with nonfiction. Tracy said she reads across genres. Alyssa says she reads across genres. Vanessa says she reads across genres. Danny says I read anything and everything. Absolutely. I just knew that was going to be the response with our community because I see it in the comments. They just read everything, and they're not snobby about what they read. They're really reading about. They just want good story. You guys just want good story, like we all want good story. Tanya says she reads across genre. Yvonne, never romance or westerns. There you go. Julie, love to mix it up, keeps the brain active, and allows us to look into many different perspectives. I totally agree, Julie. So well said. Claire says, I used to only read biographies and autobiographies, but because of better reading and my book club, I now read many more genres. Well, there you go. Isn't it fantastic? But really, it's about great story. Madonna says she's reading All the Broken Places ahead of seeing John Boyne in Brisbane next week. A brilliant read. I've heard he's in Australia. Tony says across all genres. Yvonne, I read all genres except sci-fi and fantasy. Do you know, I think I'm that too.
Yeah. Yes, same.
I think I'm like you, Yvonne. I don't read a lot of sci-fi and fantasy. I think the closest I ever read to fantasy was The Day of the Triffids. That was a long time ago. Anne reads across genres. And Carolyn says, I love reading across genres, but I don't read romance or westerns. Oh, we've read that. Julie says she loves Caroline Overington and she's really easy to watch and listen to. I totally agree. Isn't she just such a natural reviewer? She's really lovely. Tracy is looking forward to reading The Summer Party. Keisha reads across all genres, part of the joy of reading for me. Vivian reads fiction and literature with a bit of fantasy thrown in. Kim just finished The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. It was astounding, and reads across genres and is currently reading the new Jackie French book, thanks to Better Reading Preview. And I recorded a podcast with Jackie recently, and hopefully that'll be out shortly. What else is happening?
We also have an event with Jackie coming up on March 8. One book that everyone is talking about, and speaking of covers, Age of Vice. Right?
I want to talk about that.
Yeah, everyone's raving about this one, and I know why. It's kind of it's a cross, like a literary commercial cross. It's for everyone to read. It's like The Godfather set in India, about this young boy whose family's slaughtered and ends up working for this wealthy family, and the glitz and glamour and wealth just gets more and more, and so does the crime, and it is so well written. Yeah, it's fabulous. Yeah, have you got a copy of this one yet?
No, I don't. But you know what I would like? I would like a copy, and I'd like to see if we can get a podcast with the author.
Yes. Yeah, good idea.
And I think it's a bit like lessons in chemistry. It's a slow build. People are reading it, and I can see that there's talking
about it. Yeah, people are talking about it. Absolutely. Olivia Byrne, another crime that takes the Somerton Man, which is an unsolved mystery in Australia, one of Australia's kind of most mysterious murders, and fictionalizes it with this really wonderful female protagonist. It's a really great, quite unusual crime novel. And Maggie, for anyone, did you read The Thornbirds? Did you? Everyone read The Thornbirds. Yeah,
I
loved it. Now,
read the book, saw the movie, everything. Yeah,
loved it. This is kind of more of a modern take on, how appropriate it is for a young girl to have be groomed by a priest. So it is about that. It's about boundaries. It's about strength and resilience. And Maggie is one of the most enjoyable characters I've read for a while. And Catherine Johns, this is her debut. So looking forward to seeing what she does next. Yeah.
Can I just read some comments? Carolyn just says, Cheryl, I really enjoyed the podcast you did with Caroline. I love the idea that it is not just book focused, but includes industry news, what's happening. We need something like this. Well, Carolyn, we're onto it. We had so much fun doing it, and there will be more. And thank you for listening. Yeah. Kerry is reading Her Own Design by Piper Hughley. Karen was only reading murder mysteries, but now read across many genres, thanks to Better Reading. Thank you, Karen. That's such a lovely compliment. Jeanette says, great to have you back. I read crime, rural and relationships, never sci-fi and fantasy, only a bit of romance. Has to be a good storyline, though. Absolutely. Reading Tricia Stringer, Heart of the Country. Love her books. Tracy prefers the Aussie cover of Lessons in Chemistry, because we asked you. Yes, I think I do too. There we go. This is the American cover. Madonna says, Lessons in Chemistry, one of my best reads for 22, prefer Australian cover. Isn't that interesting? Janine says, welcome back. Loved Lessons in Chemistry. Now reading The Seven Skins of Esther Wilding. Loving it. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl is reading Runt by Craig Silvey, as I needed something light following the passing of my husband. I am so sorry. Really sorry for your loss, Cheryl. Meryl is reading Next in Line by Jeffrey Archer. Tracy, haven't had any luck lately with getting previews, but I'll keep trying. Tracy, you'll get one. Rita, so happy to have you back. Reading one of your preview books, The Only Suspect by Louise Candlish. Jill Wright, just about to start The Ballad of Abdul Wade by Ryan Butter. Annette, A Night to Remember by Walter Lloyd. Mary, Caroline Ovington has a new audiobook, which is free, book of the month, currently reading it. She does indeed. Okay, what else have you got there?
We have, I didn't read this. I passed this one over to someone else because it's quite like if horror is your thing, and it's very well written, apparently. Strong tale of grief, love, the power of family, but it's a horror-laced debut about dreams blurring with reality. And people who are reading it are loving it. So if that's your thing, definitely check that one out. And we'll end today with River Sing Me Home, talking about beautiful covers. I think it is absolutely stunning. Another debut that explores slavery, set in Barbados and Trinidad, and it's just so richly, vividly told, and about a woman who escapes slavery and goes searching for her children. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it from us. Kylie said she's been reading Dunica Mackenzie has a new one out called Taken. I bought it recently, but I've yet to read it. And we love her, don't we? She came to our life.
Yeah. I think we're going to do something about the book next week, but she's awesome. She's great and a great writer. So, yeah.
Okay, well, we're out of time. It's getting late here in San Francisco. Well, late for me anyway. Thank you to all of you for coming back, for joining us. We are so excited about the year ahead, aren't we, Jane?
Yeah, very excited. I think there's some really, really great titles coming out this year. And we have some really interesting things coming up this year. Great events that we'll be sharing with the readers and lots of great things. So stay tuned. We're back in 2023. We've started. It's officially started today.
I'll see you next week. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.